The festival is nigh!
And then let's go ahead and do this thing and reveal the board.
I'm
Start
hoping
the
for a
match.
Geel center square.
A Geel center square. I will go Exekius. Since you're going
Sticking
dragon.
with the dragon, okay.
Yeah. I want more
like
Lord
it.
of Blood to be on the board. Holy shit!
Hey, let's go! Called it! Is that a first? Let's go.
A second. So this whole tradition started because the first time we did it, Mayor was playing, and he like in season 1, week 1, he was the only person that had routed crackpots. And we were like, how funny would it be if crackpots was the center square? And we got it. Right, and ever since we've been doing that, and no one's ever gotten it again until now.
That's awesome. Let's go. Asen, what is your time? Because I got a 3-minute 3-second a Geel against Earth.
Well, his time's very beatable. He just got it with grave sites, so he's sad. So he wants it to stay there. All right, let's see what else we have on the board. So obviously, Geel +0 is a big center square rush. In terms of the other squares, I mean, you also have Grafted Scion as a potential early rush, and Boss on Torrent, both of those in the corners. I mean, I know, Ginger, you were testing a Geel on Torrent a little bit yesterday. I doubt we'll see that with the Geel being center square, but it is potentially an option. Additionally, this isn't a super rush, but Raya's Hand of Volcano Manor is a very good square to do early. Wiki likes the look of row 3 with Caves, Catacombs, Deathbird, Deathrite Bird, and Colossal Armaments only.
Yep.
Overall, I think this board is fairly balanced with a lenience towards the with a tendency towards the early game. We do have some late game squares with Valiant, Gargoyles, and Goldfree. I will say immediately from the start, I think you can pretty much just dismiss that row 4. I think it's highly unlikely that row 4 gets done with both Gargs and Goldfree on it. But overall, it should be an interesting game, and I'm very excited for it.
Oh yeah, this will be very interesting to see. Oh, how much I would love to see a Geel with Torrent only, but like you said, with it being center square, I highly doubt that's going to happen.
If someone went for that, that would be insane. Just entirely insane. I mean, I suppose it is possible, but...
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I would say there would have to be another rush square on the board that somebody would want to go for. But with, like you said, it being center square, I don't see it happening this game.
Yep. All right, both players are going ahead and they both went Morningstar. Morningstar is a good weapon for a Geel. Not necessarily the best, though, not square off. I think we need to go ahead and get the hype music in. Also, like, chat, like 10 seconds to get your Gambas in if you want to get the Gambas in. And let's go hype music from the start, man. I mean, it's
and we're off.
Gonna be a very close center square, and here we go. Do you think they both go for it?
I think they both go for it.
I think Ratty does. I would bet a lot that Ratty goes for it. I don't know if Moody does.
I think I'm calling a full-on race here. It would be with the starting classes that they both chose, with it being center square. I don't see any other real viable option here.
Mm-hmm. And I will let you know, stream delay is about even. Moody is always plagued with dog shit load screens because he has an old hard drive rather than the SSD. Something that, unfortunately, Bingo's pay to win and holds Moody back.
Yeah.
Yep. And it'll become even more pay to win with the new Elden Squares Battle Pass coming soon.
Does that come with the gamer diapers included?
No. You have to buy the IRL Battle Pass for that one.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay, Ratty's just fully sending it, actually not even grabbing first step Grace.
Okay.
Just fully committing.
Just fully committing. I like to see it. With it being center square, grabbing that grace, I think in this case would cost you about 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both of them are. Does look like they both. I actually can't tell Moody's line right now. We'll go full screen with Ratty.
Debating, it looks like. I don't think he's going for it.
No, he's not going for it. He's just going for torrent.
Okay. I'm actually very surprised by that. I would have expected this to be a full-on race.
Nice big stagger early there for the Rat.
Bleed is inbound. There we go, big bleed.
Oh no, he missed. Oh no, the double miss on the jump R2, and then the fly.
Look out.
That would have been the stagger too.
That would have 100%
really sad
been
to
the
see.
stagger. Also, another part of the mistake. So he after the riposte, you can do a charged R2 instead of a jump R2.
Oh.
Had he done that, he would have been fine. I mean, he does quit out. Unfortunately,
I'll probably lose this square now. That's
like he will still get the square because Ratty. I mean, Moody could go for it now, maybe. I doubt
if
he
does. If he
does.
gets that RNG again, this could end up still being a race. Moody is going for it.
All right, Ratty is ahead here, so we will stay full screen with Ratty unless Akil flies away, because Ratty is far enough ahead that Moody will not be able to make this up. So Ratty, he could do a charge R2 here. He's gonna do a jump R2, but if that was a charge R2 last time, charge R2, jump R2 would stagger. But otherwise, Ratty needs like just hit the wing or something.
Yeah.
Okay, Ratty has bad RNG. This is back.
Yeah, you always get the charged R2 after the riposte.
Yeah.
They're both getting bad RNG. This is neck and
But
neck.
the thing
at
is,
this
Moody
point.
bad RNG matters a lot less for Moody because he has torrent.
Yep.
Stream delay is even on the players for anyone wondering. Moody gets a fly up, Ratty gets a stagger. I will say if Moody gets this square, that's massive. Ratty does not have torrent, so Ratty would get just crushed if he loses this square. One more hit for Ratty will do it. Oh!
He missed. Oh no.
Oh, I missed.
Oh
Ratty just hit the wing. Okay, Ratty
Moody's-
gets it.
no. Wow. that was intense.
Also, the one thing is, Moody probably thinks that Ratty got torrent.
Yeah, with how long it takes.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Moody is going for boss on torrent here, though.
Yeah, it's good because it shuts down the diagonal, gets him a square, gets him a little bit of map presence closer towards, for instance, Third Church and Dectus Lift Medallion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been absolutely devastating for Ratty if he lost that.
Yeah, like it does suck for Moody as well, but like the level of devastation for Ratty would have been a lot higher.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ratty's gonna get sniped a little bit here, though. It looks like Ratty is making his way to boss on Torrent, but he will lose this. All right, there's boss on Torrent from Moody.
Galen got unlucky. All right. Never mind.
Ratty sees that and just immediately turns
Off
around.
to Liurnia.
Okay. Looks like it will be a Liurnia play from Ratty. Overall, it was a bit weird how we got here, but given how the players both made their opening, this was kind of what we ended up expecting, right?
Yep.
Yeah, the way we got to this point was strange, but overall, I expected that center square to go to Ratty, and then Moody getting boss on Torrent.
Yep.
Oh, Alabaster Lord Sword in the check.
Oh my.
John Alabaster? Alabaster mentioned? If anyone does not know, Alabaster Lord Sword is one of the best weapons in Bingo. The charged R2s and tap R2s on it are completely broken. They do like no stamina and a crazy amount of damage.
And you don't even need the int requirements. So.
Yeah, the weapon's so good you don't even need the int. Like the magic damage on it is barely anything. So you don't really need the int, and there is a stamina penalty associated with it, but it takes like essentially 0 stamina anyways. So what's a percent based penalty on 0? What's like an extra, I don't know what it is, 20% of 0? It's still basically 0.
Yeah. It's a tap R2 machine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're basically neck and neck going to Liurnia.
Yeah, so Ratty obviously has the better. I think this game's pretty like almost exactly even because of course Ratty has the better square, right, in the center square, but there's ruins bosses, there's sorceries. You're closer to the stave and Limgrave as well as Fort Height, right? Overall, right, a Gil plus Slayer is the center square, but boss on Torrent was the much more synergistic square.
Yes.
Yeah, I know Moody is a known Alabaster hater.
Daisy, okay.
Yeah, certified hater.
I know there's been a lot of, in a way, hate towards Dragon Halberd as of late as well.
Yeah, there's hate towards. Yeah.
I personally haven't seen Dragon's Halberd in my last like 5 matches, so
Well,
I
it
can't
comes and
necessarily
goes.
complain.
It comes and it goes, right? That's how the rando works, right? I think sometimes like people, this doesn't have to do with the complaints, but sometimes people fall into the bias of like people being like, oh, Dragon's Halberd isn't that oppressive, but it's like you don't get that many Dragon Halberd boards. Like you just like whatever, like not big enough sample size, right?
Yep.
Even if you were to, you'd have to play like, I don't know, probably 100 practice matches or more to start to get like a really truly representative sample size with how the weapon rando works. But there, Moody gets another stave as well, going ahead and killing tops for the stave. Also, he can use his bell bearing. This sets him up pretty nicely for sorceries.
Yep.
I actually think the left route in Liurnia might be better this board. It's board dependent, right? Almost always the right route is better, the route that Ratty took. But I think you can make an argument that the left side's better here. It sets you up a little bit better for Liurnia bosses. It sets you up a little better for Raya's Hand, +5, sorceries, staves. Like, I actually think it's
Yeah.
I think this is a very clear left side board, actually.
For sure. For sure. There's a lot going on the left side there.
Especially because like
even
Ratty's doing halberd check, but like I don't know. Like why? What do you need? You need halberd check. You don't need halberd check. You don't need crystal darts. There's no duo trio or watchdogs.
The only thing I would have thought would have been kind of valuable to go through there would be the Somber 2 in the Scarab, but he didn't go for that either.
Nope. Also, explosive physic, yeah.
Yep.
Also, Deathbird, yes.
Yeah, there's so much on that left side. It's absolutely
It's the
insane.
very heavy Liurnia board, actually.
Mm-hmm. I think this might actually be the heaviest Liurnia board I've seen.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me kind of a bit of the boards from last season, where there was a lot of Liurnia on there.
Mm-hmm.
I
do really like the board this season. It just sends you in so much more of the map than last season, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do think this board favors Moody a little bit because it is very similar to last season's boards. I actually think except for the duo trio bosses and Kayla Dragon Barrow, maybe Catacombs was only 2 last season, but regardless, like almost every single and Fire Prelate, but for the most part, all of these squares were squares from last season. This favors Moody for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Ratty's taking the faster approach to getting set up, right? Like but Moody's getting more graces and more overall map progress in Liurnia. So in the long run, we'll see what pays off. Ratty is going to be able to, whether it's get his weapon online or do the next square, he'll be there faster, but Moody just has more thorough progress through Liurnia. Ratty here is about to do the balloon popping route. So if you guys don't know, these little balloons here.
As is Kaled access, I probably want to do that.
All of these balloons, they drop Gold Rune 6, which is worth $2,000 or 2,000 runes. And this is really smart from Ratty here, because like doing this balloon route, these guys are going to get a +4. Ratty's going to have a +4 Alabaster online at like minute 16.
Yeah.
Like, say less,
it's
right?
Pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, some of the easiest early runes that you can make. It's just, it's wonderful.
And actually, Moody's not even that far behind here. I thought with the amount of progress that Moody has in Liurnia, I thought he'd be farther behind. He's really not.
No, they're fairly close to neck and neck here. They'll both have the weapon online within 30 seconds of each other.
Yeah, exactly. I do think in the long run that extra map progress will definitely benefit Moody at some point.
For sure. I completely agree.
I think Scion, I think the next square, the squares that interest me here are Scion or Raya's Hand. I think both of those look very interesting here. Either way, you build up a diag threat, right? And in addition, like if you're Ratty, you build up a diag threat and shut down a line, right? Either or, I think would be fairly valuable. Moody here does decide to go for, so Moody's going to grab the int tier here, which I think, no, not even going for int tier, just going for the Somber 4 rather than purchasing it is going to go ahead and just grab it. There is a Somber 4 down here in the woods.
Ratty is heading towards Third Church.
Yeah. No, not Third Church. He's going Duelist, Catacombs. Catacombs? Nope. Oh, he just missed the jump. Okay. Yeah, he's going towards Third Church. I think the idea behind Third Church is explosive physic, as well as getting closer to Fort Height, which could be useful later for Raya's hand. I wonder if he's worried about some row 5 shenanigans from Moody. So by doing the Third Church route to Fort Height, you set yourself up for both explosive physic and Raya's hand. So that way, whichever one Moody goes for, you can go for the opposite one. Explosive physic is good too because of the Liurnia boss's square.
Yep.
Liurnia boss's square is going, like, there's so much Liurnia on this board, and the Liurnia boss's square is going to synergize very heavily. Not that I necessarily
3 avatars.
Yeah, not that I necessarily see it being as like the most pivotal square positionally, but just due to pace and things, I feel like whoever wins Liurnia bosses is going to be a good indicator of who will end up winning the match, just because killing 6 bosses in Liurnia is going to be, both players will probably end up killing 6 bosses in Liurnia.
Yeah.
So you might as well get equity out of it. Oh, interesting. Ratty actually went ahead and went for the int tier.
I mean, you do get a little bit more damage. It's not 100% necessary with Alabastas, but it will definitely help in the damage overall.
Okay, yeah, so
Ratty...
Ratty's...
Go ahead.
Yeah, Ratty's grabbing int tier and then the Summer Fort. Both these guys are literally doing the exact same thing, just in like a different order. Moody did not grab int tier though, but admittedly it doesn't really matter. Nah, Moody did not go for it. Moody just went for the Summer 4. I mean, at that point, like, if you're going for the Summer 4, you might as well grab the int, but...
I agree.
God, these guys have been doing the exact same thing. I hate games like this where they just do the same thing. I'm like, I want to see you guys both do your own little route and be successful, right?
Yup. I feel like we're gonna have a decent bit of snipes in this match with how they've currently been going.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Moody might be going for the explosive physic,
Yeah, Moody's going explosive.
which gets him an avatar.
Oh my God,
and
Ratty's
Liurnia
also going.
boss.
They're both going explosive.
Oh my goodness.
All right, hype music back on. God, this is gonna be what, snipe number 3?
Yeah.
It's crazy how Moody was able to make up that much time while also, like, this should be Ratty's square because he hard rushed it, but Moody was able to just move a little bit more efficiently as well with like the teleports and everything, and he's ahead on this. He really shouldn't be, but he is. All right, Ratty's now in the fight. Ratty's damage will be slightly better to the int tier, but nothing in... I mean, that's a decent bit better, but I don't think it's... Unfortunately, it's not... Like, in the long run, it will definitely help, but for the here and now, like, it's mostly going to come down to RNG. Moody does get Elden Stars Jr., Ratty does too, though. No, Moody did not get in tier.
Moody is first to kill it.
Moody went back to Liurnia though. I wonder if he's trying to greed something. Oh my god, I've seen Moody do this before. He's going for Scion with the explosive physic.
I think that will probably cost him the square because it looks like Ratty is going for a horse boss.
Is he going Pumpkinhead?
He could be going Pumpkinhead.
I think
He
he's
forgot to
Pumpkinhead.
equip it.
This is gonna be really close, actually. I think Ratty should get it.
Yeah, they're working very much in sync. They have chose a different boss for their explosive physic, but up to this point in the game, they've pretty much done exactly the same thing the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, overall though, like Moody will get the I think this exchange actually favors Moody, even though Moody's losing the explosive physic, getting grafted Scion as well as the Liurnia boss, right?
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely gonna lose the explosive physics square, bar any incidents happening.
Yo.
Oh my god, he almost killed it.
Oh my god, that health.
All right, so Ratty gets explosive physic.
Wow.
Yes, Moody, it is going to be a game of snipes. That is correct. Say sorry. I need to tell Moody to turn off the fucking GHC sound. Oh no, Ratty's going for Scion.
Oh no. Literally every square has been a snipe.
Moody's Twitch is struggling. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, it's struggling bad.
It's back.
I'm gonna try to refresh again. Okay, yeah, we're good.
All right, so this time it's Ratty getting sniped.
Oops.
Yeah, sorry, I just had some momentary, like a little internet stutter. But we are good. All right, so where do they go now? I swear to God, if they do the same thing again, I will be angry. Please don't do the same thing.
Could he be going Avatar? Or Ruins bosses?
Looks like Moody might be going Ruins bosses. Also, Moody needs to be careful on his count because Scion is a Liurnia boss. It says Liurnia, it's Liurnia / Chapel.
Yep.
I see, like, obviously that one count is unofficial, but makes me nervous whenever that count gets off. because sometimes players would just rely on that count too much and don't actually think about it.
And he is going Avatar. Okay.
Yep.
Now, ideally, he would go for the Avatar and Liurnia for his final one. This does set him up with a grace for a duo trio boss in Kaled. So there's a lot of synergy with this.
It's like Ratty's going Weeping, probably also for an Avatar.
Oh my gosh.
Stop doing the same thing.
This is wild. It is just Snipe City.
Even Moody is in on the bit at this point.
Oh, he bonks the tree.
Yeah. Okay, Ratty's killing Gillica, or not Gillica, but Gillica's friend for the staff. Oh, Moody. There's a tree. Okay.
My gosh.
All right, there's the Avatar down for Moody.
And the funny thing is, they've both also have collected several staves.
Yeah. This game's gonna give me an aneurysm, isn't it?
We have 4 squares marked on the board, and all 4 of them have been snipes.
Yep. And the 5th one's gonna be a snipe too, and probably the 6th.
as well.
Because the next 2 squares that are gonna go are staves and avatars, and both of those are gonna be a snipe one way or the other as well.
He's going. Is he going weeping? No, he's pivoting. Okay, he wanted to level up. And now he's going to the Liurnia avatar.
If Ratty goes Kaled Avatar, I think he gets this. Not Dragon Barrow, but Kaled.
Yeah. Okay, 2 avatars down for each of them. So Moody keeps greeting the synergy with Liurnia bosses while Ratty keeps going for the quickest ones.
Except now Ratty, he went to a Gil Lake South. Oh, Ratty made a mistake here. He's going for the Waypoint Ruins, the chest into Kaled.
Okay.
That's a mistake.
Yeah. With him having third church, he should have did the same thing as Moody and just went to the Kaled one.
Moody does pick up Hoarfrost Stomp Ash of War, with one of his status effect Ashes of War. As well as I would grab this Bellum Church Grace here for horse bosses. Looks like he will. As well as a horse Liurnia horse.
Okay, we'll see round table for Moody.
No, just because you're a mod does not mean that you get therapy for this match, okay, Wiki?
Nope, we all have to suffer.
Yeah. God damn, I hate games like this. I hate games like this so much. I like it when players get to like be creative and like weave stuff into their routes and things and go on their own little ways, and then like maybe they meet here and there, right? And like it's like a ooh funny, like they're on the same path, they're at the exact same spot right now. It's not fun when it's like ooh, they're both doing the exact same thing the entire game.
Is Ratty going the really long way to that avatar? He's getting a stave on the way.
He might just be going for staves instead. Also gets a sorcery here. Stars of Ruin.
It's a very synergistic board.
Yeah, yeah. I know we have a damn race on our hands, Shaka. This whole thing's a race, all right? This is a marathon, not a sprint, okay? It's not a sprint. It's not a there's so many damn snipes. Okay, so Moody here is going for Liurnia Avatar. Let's see where Ratty goes.
He's eyeing the Kaled avatar.
Oh. All right, we have a race. Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines. We have a race on our hands.
I think the square will go to Moody. He's closer.
Is he closer? I don't know.
He will most likely get knocked off his horse here by the madness. He does need to be careful about his health here too, because it does drain health.
He does get madness. Okay, I think Moody will get there first. I don't know. Ratty does just have a short little drop down, but he is grabbing the Grace here for Pumpkinhead Duo. Yeah, Moody does get in the fight first.
He's doing a colossal check. Ratty is.
Yep. He got Ancient Meteoric or Greatsword. Ratty's gonna get sniped here brutally.
Five squares, 5 snipes, y'all. Would love to get, his reaction.
Oh. That's a problem. I didn't think I was that slow. He must have been going for Grafted Scion with the physic.
Yep, there's snipe number 3. Can we get snipe number 5? Can I get a 66666 snipe number 6 in the chat? Ratty, that was a good call by Ratty though to acknowledge that Moody went for Scion with physic. So Ratty's done the colossal check.
It looks like we've got Deathbirds up next.
Deathbird is a good play for Moody.
Yeah. Because it's 2 Liurnia bosses.
And he can set up Raya's hand along the same way. See, Ratty's bailing out for Colossal only. I think losing avatars was a pretty big deal there for Ratty. Man, Ratty could have had it too if he just went normally from third church.
Yeah, he wanted the synergy with the stave along the way and that grace there. Very clean fight against that Deathbird.
Yeah, Ratty. I think Ratty going for Colossal here is a colossal mistake.
Stagger.
I understand why he wants the block, but like,
Really, this is it.
you could go Raya's hand into Worm
Say,
Face.
brother, come on. Give me that shit. Right.
See, I agree, but at the same time, it does kind of help build the line, and he doesn't know that
Yeah.
Moody's going for Deathbirds. But this is smart of Moody. Get 2 Liurnia bosses, get a square, and shut down a potential threat later.
Well, we talked about how Liurnia is so valuable. And like Moody is just by Ratty going and doing Colossal.
Yep. I think a big mistake here by Ratty is neglecting all the synergy in Liurnia, and Moody is really
Yeah.
capitalizing on it.
God, this Morning Star with Sacred Blade is so good for
Oh, yeah.
Deathrite Bird.
Absolutely melted.
And now Moody's gonna get Liurnia bosses. I think Ratty's in serious trouble because column 4 is super, super gross.
Mm-hmm.
Moody is just gonna go ahead and just claim. He's just gonna claim Liurnia bosses here with ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the 5-time champion Bowls Carrion Knight.
I think that'll be it for Bowls. There it is. And then we've got Moody gonna finish off the Raya's Hand quest line to get her to move to Altus.
Yep, Ratty's about to also go and fight Godric. Oh, Ratty says pivot out.
Yeah. Does he not have the stat requirements even with that? I don't know the stat
No, I
requirements.
think he just went to set it up though.
We do have Moody going for staves.
Mm-hmm. Ratty is going for Status Effect Ashes of War here, just continuing to set up.
Oh, he misses.
Yeah, we'll check in with Ratty here.
Makes 2. Looks like Moody is also eyeing the sorcery square.
Yep. I mean, they're both doing the same type of thing. I mean, Moody is ahead though. Like, this is a problem. Like, even though Ratty didn't even actually do the colossal only square, like losing that little bit of time just completely sucked.
Yep.
Is that 10 sorceries for Moody? No, he needs to go do top spell bearing.
And we got Ratty eyeing up the tree, the Knight's Cav.
Brother.
All right, so that is 10 sorceries there for Moody.
Okay, that's fine. Stop! Cooperate.
This is good for Ratty though, because this is a horse boss and a status effect Ash of War. Man, this game flipped so quickly for Ratty after Avatars. Avatars was just such a bad snipe. Because by losing Avatars, it forced Ratty into setting up Colossal, and then, it has been Nishkit. Okay, Moody going for Pumpkinhead Duo. This will be his second Ruins boss. This is also a great square for Moody too, because it shuts down 2 of the available bingos, right? Like at this point, he's up by 4 squares, and he can start setting up for just a complete majority game, right? Block all the bingos. Very strong spot for Moody. Very, very strong. All right, there's Pumpkin Head duo for Moody. Ratty is continuing going for status effect Ashes of War. I think this is status effect Ashes of War number 3. No, 4. All right, so there is a score for Ratty. Oh, yep, he got poison mist. I did not see him get poison mist. Regardless, though, Moody is going for Revenant here. This board is so fast, Ratty's gonna have trouble keeping up with the pace.
I have been muted. God dang it.
Okay. I saw your mouth move and I didn't see you. I was like, oh, what?
My bad. I didn't even know I muted my mic. I was saying that Moody's running around the board and getting a lot of Grace's setup has really come into play here. That hurts.
Yeah, I think that's the first death from Moody.
Yes. I mean, Royal Revenant's just a beast of a boss, so.
Moody says that was bullshit. I'm surprised you didn't say bullocks.
We do have Ratty going back for Colossal Armaments.
Yep, we'll stay with Moody for the start of this fight and then for this fight because it should be quick. I mean, either way, it's quick. Either he dies fast or the boss dies fast.
Yep. And this boss will wreck your health in a matter of seconds if you're not careful.
Yeah. Good RNG with this poison spit. All right, there's Ruins bosses.
Well done, Moody.
That's fine.
I've never seen anyone do that, where they stay behind him during that combo. Looks like Moody is continuing to do duo trio bosses in Caelid.
As well as Catacombs.
And Catacombs, you're right. Moody has really been on it with the synchronization on this board.
Moody's played a great game today.
Well done, Ratty.
Yeah, even despite the snipes, Moody's playing at a really high pace.
Oh yeah.
Because what? I mean, 6-minute pace is like elite. He's pretty far off 6-minute pace, but what? Around 7-minute pace right now? That's very good. Very, very good.
Very, very impressive.
If you're at
Especially
6 minutes,
with
if you're at 6, I actually don't think it's possible to lose a game if you're at 6-minute pace. I think you're just simply too fast.
Mm-hmm. And I think he would be on a better pace if it wasn't for all the snipes in the beginning as well. So taking that into consideration, like he is absolutely moving.
Yep. All right, there's another stave there for Ratty. Yeah, so all Moody needs to do now is, I think if Moody shuts down something on column 1, it's going to be very hard. I think this is a good opportunity for Moody to go Raya's Hand, actually. I know he just did the Catacomb and stuff, but I think Raya's Hand is the best play. And I can explain that. The reason why is it shuts down the column 1 and it progresses you towards Altus, which gives you priority on a lot of the later game squares. You can go ahead. You have a big enough square advantage right now that you can sack a little bit of the square advantage to go ahead and get a bigger map advantage, which will help you going into the late game, right?
Yep.
So even if, let's just say hypothetically, Moody trades 2 for 1 right now, and he gets Raya's Hand while Ratty gets 2 other squares. Okay, at that point, it's still a 2-square game, and you're an Altus and your opponent isn't, with a decent amount of Altus squares on the board. Nothing insane, right? But there's Wormface on the board, there's Fire Prelate. Those are 2 fairly easy Altus squares. Also, if you absolutely have to, you could do, Radigan and Godfrey's Icons, Gold-free, or even you could do Gargs if you wanted to via Radon.
Yep. I think what we'll see here out of Moody actually is he's probably going to do kill Putrid Crystallion trio for another Kaled duo trio. And then we'll probably see him rush Raya's Hand to Volcano Manor.
It looks like he's going staves here. Yeah,
Okay.
he's doing Nox duo for the staff, which is very heads up.
Yeah.
Nox
It
duo
is
is
a good
both
play.
it's a Kayla duo and a staff, makes perfect sense. I think he will get sniped here though. I'm pretty sure Ratty's at 5.
Yeah, Ratty has
And I think
more
Ratty's
staves.
actually about to make the same play.
I will be right back.
Okay, there's Staff of Lost, 6 staves for Ratty. Moody will still do this fight for the Kayla duo. Nice little Celioscope there for La Rata. And Moody goes down. Ratty here is very locked in. He's... To update you, Ginge, Mike's muted. He died to... Moody did die to the Nox duo, and Ratty got staves via Staff of Loss.
Okay.
Also, yeah, the Putrid Crystallion trio, that does count as a cave. It is cave, grotto, or hideaway dungeons added this season, specifically hideaway.
And it's looking like Ratty is now going to be going duo trio bosses as well, and will get sniped here.
Yeah, because this is Moody's 3rd duo trio boss in Caleb.
Yep.
Because he has the Watchdog and the
Pumpkinhead duo.
yeah.
Normally, these guys, they dodge a lot. With Alabasta, it's another thing with it. You can just R2 spam a lot of these bosses that tend to dodge a lot, and they just don't know what to do.
He's so fast. I've read that. I mean, I guess.
Ratty's not pleased and choosing to just finish a fight here. Also, he's one-handing his Alabaster.
Oh, I don't have the int tier.
Yeah, okay, just quitting out.
That's a good call.
Yeah. I mean, I think Ratty's still okay here. Like, so Ratty does have prio on Sacred Flask charges. I really do think Raya's hand is a very crucial square at this point. Ratty's going to finish up Sacred Flask charges. I believe, I know he has at least 2 more Sacred Tears in the chamber. He might need to get, I don't know if he needs 1 more in Weeping or 2. After Rat, look, because if Ratty gets +5, right? I'm speaking from Ratty's perspective because of, I'm gonna get, I know, and I'm gonna get in front of this because I know I'm gonna get accused of glazing because Ratty's streamer man, whatever, YouTuber. But from Ratty's perspective, right? Like he's obviously down here, but if he does get Sacred Flask +5 and then wins Raya's hand in like Worm Face, I actually think it's a pretty good. He stands a pretty good chance. Like for Ratty here, I think best case scenario, you need to force it into a situation where it's like you need to force it into a situation where Gargs and Goldfree become relevant squares. Otherwise he could be like, that's his chance, right? He's not gonna win without Godfrey and Gargs. Ratty cannot. Like those squares will need to come into fashion.
Yep.
But he needs to prolong the game long enough to just give him a chance when those late game squares do come into play. Because Moody could wrap this thing up in the mid game here if Ratty's not careful. And also,
I would definitely love to see a Gargs come into play here.
yeah, it would be great. Moody, also for anyone wondering, like, why doesn't Moody press that column, that row 4? He could, but the problem is those are the 2 worst squares on the board in the same line, and they have very little synergy with each other. So when the line is that bad in terms of the squares, it's very easy for someone to just not do it. Like, just not worry about it from Ratty's perspective, because it's like, well, he's never going to go for this line. It's just too long and he'd be giving up too much, right? I thought Moody there was potentially considering doing a Falling Star Beast sorcery only, but no.
Yeah,
Ratty is going ahead and setting up Dectus. I don't know if Moody's been to Feroth yet or not.
Don't believe he has. Because he just recently went into Caelid.
Moody's going back here for the int tier.
Yeah, I think you're right. He is eyeing Falling Star Beast with sorcery only.
Yeah. The only reason I actually normally like doing Falling Star Beast because you get the +6, right? In this situation, I think it's a no-go because Catacombs is on the board, right? Like go kill the Shade. Go kill the Shade and Caelid, get your Catacomb, set up Radon for later, which could potentially be used. Like Radon will come into play late. Radon is a horse boss. Radon is a shard bearer for Goldfree, and Radon must be killed for Gargs, right? Yeah. So if you're Moody, right, like set yourself up for that late game. The Shade progresses you into that part of Caelid. So yeah, I would really like that play here from Moody. He has a good Glintstone Pebble is a very good sorcery though for the Rock Dog here. Let's see if he goes ahead and does the skip or just takes a safe way. No skippers, Sag.
Oh no. Missed the first jump.
Oh my god, this could be another snipe. Ratty here is looking at sorceries now.
Oh
Stop doing the same thing! Stop!
That is wild. There's so many other squares on the board, and they both just keep choosing the same ones.
Yeah, I mean,
and they're going the same place too.
No. Ratty's going Shade.
Oh, he is. Okay. It looked like for a second like he would.
Yeah, I was worried. Moody should have one free shot at this, but if he dies, Ratty might be able to snipe this from him. I will say this, if Moody gets this snipe, it's going to be fairly dire for Ratty.
Agreed. But Ratty is doing the play that you mentioned earlier where he's going to the Cemetery Shade to set up the Radon, which will come into play much later in the game and give him an advantage on that.
Moody, no heals left. Yeah, this is Pebble is a very usable, very solid sorcery against the beast.
Yeah, it's quick and it's not too bad. It's yellow damage, so
Yeah, I mean FSV is actually very viable for sorcery only. Like in most cases, I do really like it, but just with Catacombs on the board, it's not my favorite. Moody barely rolls that chart. He's really greeting the. I gotta say, I was a little concerned because Moody got like smacked twice immediately, but since then he's been great. And Ratty's in the catacomb too.
Yup. Just a few more volleys and he'll have this down. Ooh.
One more hit. That's devastating for Ratty.
That fucking sucks.
Very.
Yeah. I like how, so I told Moody's chat to stop playing the GHC thing because he'd picked up on the fact that he was on the big screen whenever they played it. So now they're just spamming GHC at all times.
Oh my gosh.
Chat.
What is the GHC?
It weighs over 11 pounds.
Oh, gotcha. That
Yeah.
one. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like the snipe record. Yeah.
There have been just an astronomical number of snipes this game.
Yeah, literally Moody's chat, instead of saying GG, is now saying GHC. All right, so Ratty here is making his way up to Dectus. So Ratty should win the Raya's hand square, I believe. Actually, no, I don't know because, oh, this could be another snipe from Moody.
Moody's already set up Raya.
Yeah, because he already set up Raya and he already has the Grace at Dectus.
Yep. And even though Ratty will get Dectus first, Moody has the advantage.
I think, yeah. Has Moody been to height though? I actually don't know.
No, he has not. I don't believe
in that
he
case,
has.
I think if Moody has been to height, he'll get the square. If he hasn't, Ratty should get it.
Has Ratty already been to height?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he got Bloody Slash Ash of War there.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Ratty will get it. He has to go set up Raya, but I believe he is ahead in time.
Yep. I mean, there is a good like.
It'll be close.
Ratty's
but-
like, I think actually this end game is gonna be a bit more interesting, like a lot closer than I'm giving it credit for, because Ratty's gonna be ahead on the square, like gonna get this square that'll make it 7-9, and then he'll be the first one into Altus, and all the other squares are fairly even. Also, Ginger, your camera oh, there you go.
Yeah, it's my internet cuts out occasionally.
Oh,
I
okay.
think that's what happened there.
Yeah, so Ratty has not been to height, so. Or Moody has not been to height, my apologies. Ratty is already in Altus. And Ratty's taking this line, so I actually like this line a lot. Instead of talking with Raya and dealing all that crap, you just go, you kill Boggart. He will always drop the necklace, and then you just talk to Raya. I mean, if you do that, it means you only have to talk to Raya once, rather than talking to Raya, buying the necklace, and then talking to Raya again.
I think this is gonna be just extremely close of a snipe again.
Yep. I agree, because I don't think Moody's fully set it up. Like, I think Moody has the necklace, but I'm pretty sure he has to talk to Raya still.
If he has to talk to her again, it's definitely Ratty's.
Yeah.
I mean, I think either way, this will go to Ratty, but it's gonna be close.
Very, very close, yeah. So yeah, Ratty here is gonna go kill Boggart. Yeah, this is gonna be a very, very, very close endgame. At one point I really thought Moody was gonna snowball with this thing. When the Liurnia bosses happened, I was like, I think I was very concerned that it could just be a runaway, but no, this is gonna be a tight end game.
Yeah, no, Ratty's really, really pulling it back.
Yeah. I do expect one of Garg's and or Goldfree to come into play here. I don't know if we'll see both, but one of the two I do think will be the final square.
I think it would be really fun to see them go separate ways. One go Goldfree, one go Gargs, both on the screen at the same time.
Yeah, except the problem with that is though, then like they just split the squares and someone would win, right? There'd be no Jew. We need them to go to the same square. We need them to both, no double prepping. Double prepping's banned. It's cheating. It's a cheese. We need them to both hard send to Goldfree and then both hard send to Gargs with absolutely no prep for the other one.
Ratty will get this.
Yeah, Ratty will get Raya's hand here. It's gonna be close. Moody's gonna be pissed.
Take my hand. Give me. I will pray.
Oh, Moody just forgot about the square. Okay.
Yeah, he never gave her the necklace, so.
No, he literally said, "Oh, I forgot that was on the board." Professional bingo player.
I guess technically not a snipe, but in the long run it kind of was, because he did.
I mean,
have
now they're both in
all
Altus at the same time. I think
worm face.
Worm face race. Worm face race. Worm face race.
Now I wonder if it'll come down as close to as what me and Chris had in Crucible.
Yeah, that one shouldn't have been close though, because it was only close because Chris skill issued.
He died like 3 times.
Worm face race. Worm face race. No, they're not. Ratty's not going for it. Sag. Wait, why is Ratty not going for it? That actually doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing.
Oh, and James is all excited for the worm face race.
Because I think the left path is much more viable here.
Yeah, because there's nothing on the right path, right?
I mean, there's there's Tree Scent Duo, but do you really want that to be one of your horse bosses when there's
Yeah.
no other reason to have it?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the idea is of right side. Because yeah, Moody is prepping for Wormface, and I mean now he's uncontested,
Yep.
and that's a huge square for like every square at this point. I really feel like Ratty needs to get like another big snipe here to level this game. And losing Wormface is not like that. Like a Wormface snipe there, it's like okay, it's a 1 point game at that point. Everything else being essentially even, right? Losing Wormface here though, and that's a big swing.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, oh my God! He almost got death blighted there.
Yeah, how did he not get death blighted?
He got the riposte like literally
Yeah.
last second.
All right, so Ratty is going ahead and just going Radon. Moody's just taking his extra save and playing hit and run tactics on Wormface.
For those who don't know, the horse tech with Wormface allows you to not get grabbed. When he does his grab attack, you will not be grabbed.
Yeah, if you're wondering that why he's using horse tech, that is why. So you can't get grabbed. Man, this has been a long Wormface. Roddy's already making his way to Radon.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Moody's dead. Moody's death blighted.
Oh my! No way!
After 1 HP too, after such a long fight. All right, Ratty is in on Radon. We'll go ahead and go dual screen so we can have both players up at the same time. Radon on the left, Wormface on the right. And Moody's dead again.
Oh no!
Rats everywhere rejoice. How is Ratty alive?
I just... I had a very similar health bar in my game yesterday. I didn't know how I lived either. That's really close. Wow. Is not in a good enough position to get the riposte.
Not great.
Nope. Moody is... Well, he got to the first half of Wormface, and now it's back to the horse gambit. Moody died again.
Oh, man.
This skill issue could save Ratty's ass. Also, I think Ratty might be the first player to get hit on Radon this season.
No, somebody got hit yesterday. I want to say it was ASIM got hit by.
The first
you
three
said,
Radon fights were hitless, I think.
Yeah, I believe you said that at the start of ASIM going into Radon, and then he got hit right after.
Yes, Radon is faster than Wormface, confirmed apparently. All right, so Ratty gets Radon down. Really nice job from Ratty there. Moody nearly death blighted again.
Oh my god.
Dude, if Ratty somehow snipes Wormface, Moody's gonna lose it. Moody's dead. He's dead again. Oh my god.
Oh,
Wormface.
Wow.
What the fuck is happening?
Moody had played a damn near perfect game.
Yeah, like
until
there were
this
some
point.
little mistakes, but like it was an incredible game.
Oh my goodness gracious.
All right, I mean, he's committed. We hear him say, I'm doing this fucking boss. Moody?
I think we know what Moody will be practicing.
Yeah, I mean, Ratty is just going into... He's going to do GTS right now. I
mean,
understand
Ratty
it.
does have two
well, also,
Great Rune bosses dead.
you set up Goldtree for later and Radon DT, like, it's horse bosses, right? Radon and
Yep.
DTS are both horse bosses.
Yep.
Oh, Wormface killed his friends. That's good. Come on, Moody. Ratty's gonna kill DTS and Radon before Moody can kill Wormface. All right, Ratty's in on DTS. We'll go back to the dual screen. Oh, big stagger. Wait, Moody. Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Okay. It's unfortunate.
He had a few close calls in that
Yeah.
fight as well.
I thought about making that play earlier. It sucks. But he's not going for this.
Yeah, and Moody's not just going straight to fire pre-late. Yeah, I understand why Ratty thought horse bosses with Radon and Goldtree was good, but the square selection's very slow, I think.
Yep.
Because yeah, now Moody can go straight to fire pre-late.
Very good fight against
Yeah.
the DTS there by Ratty. Sad to see no Rot Dog, but
Yeah, I think Ratty needs to go for... So that's Ratty's third horse
why
boss.
is Ratty not on his horse to this
I don't know.
race?
I think Ratty... I mean, I think it has to be Crystallian Trio. Okay, he's gonna finish horse bosses. I guess that works too. Except you have so much priority. You got to go for a 50-50 square, I think, in this spot, right? Like, Crystallian Trio is a 50-50 square. You know, like, you should, in theory, at least have big priority on horse bosses, right? If you're Ratty, you can't be claiming your priority. You're down too much. Go ahead and go for a 50-50 square.
Yep. Hang on to the priority a little bit longer. Especially because he knows that Moody just marked Wormface, so he knows that he wasn't, at least in that moment, working on horse bosses.
All right.
Dawn, DTS, Liurnia, that guy.
And Moody deciding to just set up the prelate and then pivot off. Oh, no, he's not pivoting off. He's just going to upgrade his weapon. Yep. Getting a +6. And now back to prelate.
I do like the addition of this square.
I
think
wish
it's a
that I
really
don't get
good one.
why is this guy not a boss? Like, he's literally in arena. He looks like a boss. Like, he should be a boss. Like, in a
he
game,
should
like how is this guy not a boss? All right, there's fire prelate from Moody. And that's 5 horse bosses for Ratty.
Would love to see a Putrid Crystallian Trio race
Has to be Crystallian Trio from Ratty. I actually think it's gonna be a caves race.
here. Yeah, caves.
No,
Have either of them done any caves?
Nope. Normally there's a caves race, you know, really at the start of the game, right? Have you ever seen a 1 hour, 25-minute caves race? I sure haven't.
Now, do you think they'll both finish off with the Putrid Crystallian Trio as their final one?
Maybe.
Or just go for easier, quicker ones?
Ratty, I think Ratty kind of has to. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he has to try to greet it.
Yeah, I think Moody should actually do Crystallian Trio first.
Oh,
Okay,
Ratty's
he's going
Putrid. Okay.
He's going Putrid as his second one. If Ratty somehow gets both these caves, both these squares, he's chilling. I mean, Moody's now going patches, though. I don't know. I mean, I know, Ginger, you've died to patches before, but I don't see Moody dying to patches in this spot.
I died to patches because I was using an unwieldable Blood Fiend spear.
Nope. Ginger's not talking to anyone. I totally did not mute him, chat. He died to patches, you know. Full go. Died to patches. There's no excuse.
Unwieldable Bloodhound or Blood Fiend spear, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that was what, my first or second ever bingo game?
All I'm hearing are excuses. It's time for the one-time champion, Patches.
The first ever to freaking die to patches.
In bingo, maybe.
Yeah, see, when I first started playing Bingo, I was trying out all the worst weapons, you know, letting everybody know that these were the worst weapons that you could use.
Yeah, so Moody here is going to murder Patches quickly. Well, you know what? We don't need to watch Patches. We'll watch Ratty fight Trio. I have full faith that Moody will kill Patches.
I don't know, Patches has claimed blood.
Once, the one time. Yeah, unless Ratty's done another cave that we can't think about, this is Moody's. Unfortunately, Moody will get caves. Which this is perfectly fine for Moody, right? Moody, like, if you're Moody splitting squares, it's totally fine. You're up 3.
Yep. And yet again, we will see another snipe here.
Yeah.
Oh, now that one just whiffed.
Yeah, I mean, he gets rotted, but he should be fine. He has decent flasks.
Yep.
And top R2 go burr.
Yeah, especially against the Crystallians. Like, it just...
Yeah.
They're nothing to the R2.
I mean, the question is just what does Moody go for his final square? My guess...
I'm gonna guess Catacombs, personally.
I think he goes, makes progress towards Raya and Radon, right? Yeah, I think overall for Ratty, this was like some of the snipes were the snipey's fault in this case, but also some of the snipes in this game were just, you know,
Down to
shit
who
luck.
started it first.
Yeah.
And it does look like Moody is going Catacombs here.
Yeah, sometimes you get that, like to Rambler's point, when there's boards with crazy synergy, the odds of like snipes that are not like the snipe, like we jokingly say 90% of the snipes are your fault, right? Like 90% of the time you get sniped. It's probably not actually 90, especially not on a board like this, because like with so much synergy, it's like, all right, you have to contest this.
Yep. And it looks like they are both going Catacombs here.
Yeah, Moody's already ahead one. Oh,
Yep.
no, they're tied at 1-1 on Catacombs actually, because Ratty didn't actually do the shade. He set up the shade, but he didn't do it.
Yep.
Ratty has one set up, but Moody has one finished because he has Watchdog Duo done. It's unfortunate too, because Ratty had, you know, Gargs and Goldfree way better set up than Moody did, but just was not able to prolong the game to get to that point.
Yep.
Overall, though, I think this was, I mean, obviously there's some unfortunate stuff for Ratty, but Moody's definitely the more experienced player, playing in a pressure spot, and this board I did think is very similar to last season and really favored Moody. So, yeah, it happens sometimes. Definitely unfortunate for Ratty, but overall, you know, a good performance for him and a great performance from Moody. Like outside of the whole Worm Face incident, this is one of the better games I've seen Moody play, for sure.
It was a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
By both players here.
Yeah, the worm face was rough, but if you take that out, like, I think this is, I don't know, top 5 games Moody's ever played. It was a very nice game from him. All right, we will go full screen with Moody, as this will be to win the game. This will be his final catacomb to win the game and go 1-0 this season. So massive congratulations to Moody.
Yep.
And
I am a little bit sad. No Valiant Gargs or Godfrey, but
I am
phenomenal
too.
match. That is 2 catacombs down for Ratty.
Yep. This duelist is dead though.
Yep. And there you have it.
That will do it. One more giant horse for the road. GG's to Moody. Very nicely done.
Absolutely phenomenal by both of these players.
Yep. We'll go ahead and bring them in for a quick little interview here, and then we will go ahead and get ready for match number 2 today.
Dick and ball.
Welcome in, Ratty.
Huh? GG's, Moody. You fucking absolute Chris Kyle sniper motherfucker.
Oh, you sniped me a few times as well.
Oh, bro, you kind of annihilated me. I'm not gonna lie. I might have got you a few times, but you were fucking me in the ass. Really? You got me on caves and grottos. You just got me on catacombs. You got me on avatars. You got me on sorceries. You kind of got me on boss riding torrent. I was heading that way.
Yeah,
with Scion, I was running up the hill.
I think
I swear to God.
Yeah.
The boss riding torrent was because you just sniped me on a Geel, so I had to rush there because I knew you would.
Yeah.
Yeah, but GG's guys, Moody, we'll start with you, man. Overall, like, I think you played an amazing game. Pace at the beginning was excellent. I felt like this board was very similar to kind of last season's boards and would favor you a little bit. What were your thoughts when you saw this board?
Honestly, this is the kind of board I don't really like. When there's things like, kill 3 of this, kill 6 of this, there was 3 catacombs, 3 dungeons, like when you have to do multiple things for a square and there's a lot of them, it kind of like throws me because I end up doing like bits from all the different squares and not just committing to one. So when it's stuff like kill this boss, collect this item, I prefer that way because it's just much easier for me. So it was I did manage to pick out some decent synergies though, like the ruins and duos, and
your synergy the entire game was phenomenal.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think you played outside of Wormface. This was one of the better matches I think you ever played for sure.
Yep.
I really need to practice Wormface.
Yeah, there was a Wormface incident there.
Yeah.
I thought about going for it earlier because I'm like, I'll just take the square, but I eventually realized he couldn't do Gargs and Goldfree, but like at the time I wasn't sure, so I was pushing that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were neck and neck heading to the first grace, like there in Altus, like at the switch, and then Ratty went right up to Treecent Duo, and then Moody went left to Wormface.
Yeah, I got James. We were all excited for a Wormface race, and then it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh, that the worst thing about the worm face incident is that the first try he had no health left. It
Oh yeah, it was one shot.
One hit.
We were pretty devastated.
Oh god. Yeah,
And then I tried putting you on the small screen. I was like, oh, the big screen Juju isn't good. So Ratty was fighting Radon. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna put Moody on the small screen and I'm sure he'll kill him. And then you died like two more times.
I think I was so tilted from the first death that I wasn't playing properly for the next couple.
Yeah, and then at one point you just go, I'm gonna fucking kill this guy no matter what. And I was like, this could be really bad.
Yeah, I was determined.
Yeah, but overall, man, a great game. A great year for you, Moody. And congratulations on the win. And
Thank you.
I'm curious. It's been a long time since you played a competitive bingo match since last season. What were kind of the nerves and stuff like coming into this game? Because it'd been a while for you.
Yeah, I was trying to just get myself in the mindset of just playing to enjoy it and not worrying too much about the result. Because if I try and worry too much about the result, then that's when I start like really kind of overthinking and maybe being indecisive. So I was trying to just take it a bit easier.
Yeah, that's fair. And I mean, you seemed pretty. I think that clearly worked for you because despite the early on the snipes were in Ratty's favor, and then once it hit like the first couple squares, it was all you. But you handled that well, and I thought you played a great game, Moody. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to both of you. I think you both played absolutely phenomenal, and it's a hard game that you both played because you guys were neck and neck the entire game. I don't think the board really shows the justice of how close this match was because it was Snipe City from both of you. I would say like 70% of the squares were snipes.
Damn.
Yeah, it felt that way. Could have taken it a bit easier if you wanted, Moody. I wouldn't have minded. Just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, for you, Ratty, obviously, I mean, it's your. I said beforehand, like, I think this was a situation where it's like, this is your first time playing in a league, right? Obviously, you played in the qualifier, and you're playing against Moody, who's an OG of the game, right? And obviously experience and stuff being on his side, but for you playing your first match in the league, kind of what were your thoughts and stuff coming in, and just how can you talk about the experience a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, there was less nerves than qualifiers. Maybe like 10 minutes before the match, I had a little bit, but as soon as I started fighting a Gil and had to quit out because he was being a dickhead, I'm like, you know what? It's all fine. Like, oddly enough, something going really wrong early made me be like, all right, like, yeah, it's still bingo. Shit's weird, whatever. And then the rest of the match, it just like, I don't know. It was nice to play a really competitive match. I haven't been practicing as much just because like, I don't know how much better I can get in, the span of the season. So I like where I'm at. It felt good. It sucked to get sniped that much, but I kind of had the feeling of like, if I make a couple different decisions, this kind of goes a very different way. Like my explosive physic play early was a little weird. I probably should have just stuck that out on a tree avatar. And I probably could have gotten both those squares, like, or gone to Scion to do it. But there's a lot of little options.
I was about to walk into Scion and do Scion with explosive physics, so you did make the right decision on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Because the other option was go to an avatar, but I didn't have Alablaster fully online, so I kind of wanted to put that off if I could. And it made me justify getting the flask and, like, setting it up, so. It felt weird, but I don't think it was awful. And then, like, just playing to block bingos is always tough. Like, I felt like column 5 was a really good threat. Same thing with row 2.
Yeah.
So, like, I have to play for those instead of digging synergy. I did miss Liurnia a bit, which was tough, so.
Having to block Colossal and losing a lot of the Liurnia synergy just absolutely killed you.
Please become Elden Lord.